Hey everyone, this is Joe Beyond the Chart, and in this technical analysis of the stock market video, I'm going to look at the S&P 500 and Russell 2000 ETFs, the Semiconductor ETF SMH, and then drill down into 6 semiconductor stocks, so stay tuned. Okay, let's start off here and take a look at the SPY. The SPY had a big week, bounce back up in here. I've got this retracement. Basically what I'm showing is a retracement of this entire move down because that's why things happen. I think we've had 5 waves. I think we're going to correct that. Now my target is up here in the 50 to 61.8% retracement, which is 96.5 to 200. We'll see how fast we get there. We'll see what the wave count. There's no guarantee that we go that far. That's just an initial target, because if this is a wave 2, and it's kind of hard to explain a little bit, I'm expecting a zigzag, and that's why I'm watching the wave count to see if that develops. The first resistance point in here is 94.5 to 95. The next one's going to be up here at 200, which is kind of the top of my zone. Russell 2000, take a look at it. Same type of picture. I do think we've had little 5 waves down after we had this corrective move. I think we got 5 waves, so now we'll see if we get above 103 and continue to correct, pulling back. Next strong resistance point is going to be right in here, 107 to 108 on the Russell 2000 if it gets above 103. All right, let's take a look at the semiconductors. Semiconductor SMH. And okay, this is the picture also of 3 waves. I think we had a 1, 2, 3, very strong 3. You can see the gaps, you can see the big move. 4, zigzag pullback, and then we had 5 waves down in this wave here. So that's why I think we're correcting this entire move down. And here's the first wave up. Probably the first test of resistance is going to be right here at 50.23 high in that area. We do have some gaps that could be filled should we continue to push above that. So I think we're in retracement mode, but again, it doesn't have to go that far, because I do think that we are in a wave 3 in the market right now, a minor wave 3 down, okay? So I do think we're in a minor wave 3 down, but I think we've had 5 waves down, and now we're going to do the 2, and then we're going to go like that again, okay? That's what I'm watching for. That's my expectation. So, you lay out a roadmap and then you watch to see what does the market do and what are the wave counts. All right, let's drill in. Let's take a look at Ambarella first. Okay, here's a weekly view of Ambarella. Let me see if I've got it all. I think I do. Okay, so this is all the trading on it. You see I've got some resistance points in here. It's been, trending down here recently since what? The week high is up here on July 24th and 129.19. Yeah, so that was in July of last year, or of 2014 actually, right? Or was it last year? Yeah, last year. Yeah. Okay, so now, the resistance points I've got in here is I've got it in here because of this point, and this point, and in here, we could draw lines across, but it kind of broke through there like a knife going through butter. And so I'm not sure that this was very supportive. I do think it's stronger. So I think if it continues to pull back and push up, we're probably going to get up around 54 before we run into some heavy duty selling is my expectation. So Ambarella is still trending back, but like all the semiconductors, I'm expecting it to continue to pull back some, and we'll continue to watch how that develops. The next one is Broadcom Limited. And AVGO is the ticker symbol. They renamed the company Broadcom Limited, which I find very interesting. Okay, so here's the big picture on it. It's had one hellacious move, and it's all the way to the top here. And I do think we're in a sideways push between this high here of June 2015, the August 24th low, and we're right in the middle of that zone. So short term, nothing but new low, lower lows and lower highs. And so we'll see if we break down. We'll see if we break any kind of short-term trend line. But right now, it looks and acts like it wants to trend lower. All right, the next one we're going to take a look at is NXP Semiconductors. And NXP is also just trending down, that same picture. The wave count in here is not as clear. Now you can see that there were 5 waves in here, so we could get the same kind of pullback that I'm expecting, the counter trendish type of move. I do think we've had 5 waves up from the 2011 low in here. Let's take a look quickly on a weekly chart. Not a whole lot different, not a whole lot different picture. Some of these stocks do give you a much different picture. There was some divergence, bullish divergence showing up on the indicators, you know, between this move and this move down here, what not being confirmed by the indicators. So bullish divergence, but you need price to, you know, it came up and it got 2 closes above the 10, but then no move, no break of that high, no move up. So be watching that to see if we get another, you just duplicate this and then break the high, break that 2-day high and see if we move. The other, we could draw some trend lines in here also to see if they break, but right now, got to watch price to see if it's going to turn around. Next one we're going to take a look at is Qualcomm. Let me find that. There we go. Qualcomm has been trending down. The picture on Qualcomm is a little bit more negative. Let's take a look at a long-term picture, and you can see that when I first started looking at this, I was like, wow, I was looking for an impulsive wave, and it's very choppy, and I was like, why is that? And then when I zoomed back out, I realized it's still choppy because it's still corrective action. Whenever you see major overlapping waves, you have corrective action going on. Here's the bull market that peaked back in 2000, or the end of 1999 to end of 2000, and it's, you see, you got the initial move down, and this is nothing but a sideways counter trendish type of, you know, this is A, B, and now we've broken this major trend line. This is negative to me. I think this thing is rounding over, and you know, the kind of moves that you're seeing in here are pretty dramatic. I mean, pretty strong. When it does break down. Now, you know, it's in bear mode, so yeah, you're going to get some strong counter trendish type moves as the shorts cover and that type of thing too. But right now, there's no reason to believe that anything's turning other than a short-term, you know, short-term pullback of some kind. The next one we're going to take a look at is Skyworks Solutions. And again, the same thing happened. We had a you know, sideways move in here. You can draw the trend line. You can see counter trendish type of action since August 24th low. We broke down out of that at the first of the year. You know, from this high here, we've had 5 waves, so we could be correcting back up. I have a feeling it's going to run into resistance at this high, which is close to this low in here. So that's kind of the picture on Skyworks. Let me take a look at it on a longer term, on a weekly basis. Okay, we had a couple trend lines. Here's the big one from 1991 to the 2008 low. We're not even close to that one yet, and it's a lot flatter than this one. So this one, which is about a 45 degree, this one's going to need to break, and it looks like the week before last we broke it, but we didn't close below it. So this is going to be real critical to watch. Do we break down below this longer term trend line? Because that's going to spell some big movement, maybe like on Qualcomm. All right, the next one and the last one tonight or today is Texas Instruments. Let's take a quick look at Texas Instruments, and where I really, here's the short-term picture. It does look counter-trendish to me. I don't see the 5 waves super clear in here like I'm seeing on the others, but let's take a look at the longer term chart, because on Texas Instruments, here's the big picture. A lot of choppiness moved back until, you know, you got to the bottom here in 1990, and then this huge bull market in the 90s, the pullback. The trend line, this longer term trend line, was broken pretty dramatically in 2000, the end of 2007 into 2008, and this whole financial crisis moved down. So that comes back down close to the low of 2002 when the market bottomed. Did not take it out, I don't believe, came close. Then we get this rally in here, and I could draw a line from here up through here, but these trend lines need to break first. And boy, if it ever comes back down to this trend line and breaks it, then, you know, hold on, because it's really going to be a bad situation. Now, these trend lines got to break first. So this longer term one from 2012 has broken. Now we got a snapback rally. It went further back than I would have guessed. Well above the trend line, breaks down again. staying below it, but now forming another. And so really you get a series of trend line breaks, and it's just, you break the one that's inclining the most. This one's going to break first, then this one, then this one. It's just a series of trend line breaks, and that's what you're monitoring and watching for. Okay, and so right now we're going to watch this little short-term one, and then does it break this one, and then does it break this one, and so that's the picture on Texas Instruments. We'll be watching this one first. All right, that's it for today, and if you're watching this anywhere else besides my website, head on over to the website and check it out. And everyone have a great week, and we'll talk to you on the next video.